Hey guys, we're gonna check this out. Placeboy, I want you guys to check this out on YouTube. I gotta stay lighthearted, uh, so we're just gonna reference my first live stream describing Clowns County, and I said we'll do it live. And what's so funny about this is that people have watched this guy for so long, and so many people look at him. Look how he's dressed. See, he looks like he's going to church, right? He's your pastor, right? He's your pastor. Look at him. That's what your pastor looks like, right? They all dress like that. I'm wearing a suit, so I'm a good guy. See, that's what good guys do. They wear nooses around their neck, little pretty nooses. Because at any time you could just grab them and do what they ultimately, I guess, want done to them. All right. So that, and then my favorite one is, and I know this has nothing really to do with Clowns County other than that one. That one's pretty funny too, but all of these are funny. I just highly recommend. See, I'm gonna help promote other, uh, channels like this as well. And I wanted to address in this episode. I was gonna snag one more victim, the final victim, because I got y'all two victims yesterday, so I was gonna get you that other one. And then I wanted to, yeah, this one right here. This is my favorite. Look at this dude clapping. He's the best clapper ever. Look at this. That part right. We have how many days to go for Lowndes County, Clowns County? I don't know. We gotta watch this whole thing. And she's still coughing. So, and then there's Obama with the if. Oh God, I can't just keep doing that because then I'll just not even be able to breathe. It'll be like being in Lowndes County Jail again, right? You can't breathe. All right. The other victim is hiding. So I tried to grab her. She's a little one. She wants to get away. So I just looked this up. It said it was my last article before I subscribed. These they always harass you to try to subscribe to them, so then they can get your email and probably do God knows what with it because I don't really trust them. Look at this. What does this look like? It's a school. So let's and guess who's involved with this? It's just the thing that you can think of that's probably the most disgusting type of thing. And yes, you might say, well, students, we hear about these shootings all the time. Have you really heard about the shootings? Have you really looked into them, or have you just looked on CNN and you just got fed the fear and the Fox News bullcrap from O'Reilly and all that kind of stuff? Did you just hear it from them, or did you actually look it up? Ask yourself that question, and I know you know the answer to that, and a lot of us know the answer to that as well. We've all done extensive research. People that follow this, I know, and the comments that I'm addressing, these people are enlightened individuals following myself. These are not, I mean, maybe not every single person, obviously. We've got some people I'm sure that are following just strictly because they're trying to figure out what I'm saying. But, anyways, I just wanted to point out that we see this disgusting school event, and come to find out, and this is at Lowndes High School, several law enforcement agencies commandeered portions of the Lowndes High School for the past 2 weeks. And when was this? August the 2nd of 2015. So, wow. Huh. You did all this, and you came after me 15 days later. Wow. Ah, you're pretty You're doing lots of stuff, aren't you, buddy? You made the newspaper. Oh, you're about to make the newspaper again. Hey, you made the internet, and I'm getting followed by more and more people. Somebody just tweeted from World Star who's been following me. Okay, it's just gonna keep going and going. I'm not gonna stop, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying we need to bring light to this stuff, and I'm doing it the best way that I can. But you're getting famous, buddy. You're gonna be made famous. Look at you. You're all over the place. I was trying to look up how many stinking arrests that you have, because I think that it's so many that you can't even tell the public, because they'd be like, "What in the what?" Like, wait, what? We have Batman in our midst? Like, I didn't even know that. How can one human being possibly, or Superman? I mean, it's not, Batman's actually human, so we have to go from something that's not even human. Because when you're talking like 10,000 plus arrests or something like that, people don't believe you. How can you arrest that many people? How can one man be responsible for that many people and that many arrests? And how much funding do you get? How much federal funding does Lowndes County get? I want to dig to the bottom of all that crap. What all are you involved with? Let's look here. We'll stick to this one article here. Several law enforcement agencies commandeered the high school and preparedness for an active shooter. See, you better watch out for these kind of bastards. I'm telling you, we've got to put an end to these people before something horrible happens. We've already seen KJ. Now what? You see what kind of stuff happens during drills, and thank God nothing happened here, but it wasn't too much longer. I mean, there was this whole crazy, stupid thing with that Stephen Paul Beck thing. That is so crazy. You guys are reporting all over the dang place. I made a video about that. Say what you want to about that. You're saying, you might say, well, Alan, you're just talking about two reporters or a couple of different news agencies that got the pictures wrong. And that's all that was. That you're just pointing out that they just got their pictures wrong and they published that. Is that appropriate? Now, that's how lawsuits and defamation happens. But what did they do? They had the whole agenda about the gun grabbing crap and the Dallas shooting. That's what they were doing. So, you're done, buddy. You guys are done. But anyways, let's just keep looking. Valdosta Police Department, Adel Police Department, Brooks County Sheriff's Office wore protective gear and armed themselves with, with simulation weapons for a training drill. See, if you wouldn't ban guns on the campus, which I guess Nathan Deal he opens it back up, and then he gets praised for that, but then he's involved with actual other stuff. We can get into his ass too. See, we can really just hammer all of you with enough support. We'll just keep putting all of your crimes all over the internet. That's what we need to do. That's what we're doing, actually. We're exposing you people. Each officer wore protective gear in their clown outfits that fogged easily, making it difficult to see. One officer, playing the part of the wounded man, was screaming for help while laying in the hallway. The visual hindrances and loud noises are supposed to simulate the difficulties of a real-life situation. The wounded man warned responding officers the shooter was on his way to find a woman named Mary. The group of officers spotted the shooter, played by Lowndes County Sheriff's Office Lieutenant Joe Dukes. Just as he raised his weapon to fire at Mary, a barrage of gunfire rang through the hallway, and Dukes hit the floor, covered with bright blue marks indicating that he had been shot by simulation rounds. Mary was saved. Aren't you so glad that these idiots have constructed multiple malicious prosecutions and are using your tax dollars to commandeer the high school to shoot it up, shooting each other, playing around, playing games? The scenario was one of many that Dukes, VPD Lieutenant Robert Renfro, and other trainers presented as part of the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Program. The ALERT program was created at Texas State University as a response to the 1999 Columbine High School shooting in Littleton, Colorado. So you see what starts from stuff like this? Look what government programs started from this. And look at all the information you can find out about this. I haven't even looked at the. I was really young when I saw this, so I only saw Fahrenheit 9/11 and saw that there was something fishy. But then I know now that there's even more ridiculousness. That there's no way that they could have planted all the bombs and so forth all over that they claim that they planted, and that it was not possible to be done by itself. Just like the Aurora shooting, it was not possible for that to happen by one man and by that one person. That crazy guy is spitting and spewing and drooling in the courtroom and couldn't even form a sentence. Who was a part of a program for mind control, working with the government. I know I didn't spell that right, so it does it for me. Obvious signs. See, obvious signs of being staged. And we can subscribe here. No, thank you. I'll subscribe. I'm already subscribed pretty much. I follow Mike Adams quite frequently, the health ranger. Very, very excellent work that this man does that keeps the government in check. He will check, he will recheck and sample substances, different food items and so forth that have been, for instance, chicken McNuggets and so forth, and he'll examine like what is actually inside of these things. And they're claiming it's one thing, and he finds out it to be a completely different thing, and he will show you. And it's really sad. See, poor guys like this, and just poor victims, basically somebody that just can't stand it anymore, just has to stand up and just start trying to just announce to the world, hey, this is ridiculous. The Aurora shooter, we know that the deal, there was like two, from what I understand, there was an emergency exit issue. Suppose this guy comes in the emergency exit, so how do you get in the emergency exit? You don't, unless somebody opens it for you. There was like multiple. After his arrest, Holmes told police about possible explosives at his residence. It was booby trapped. None of this checks out. If you're a killer bent on causing mayhem, why tell the police about your surprise bomb waiting for them back at your apartment? Holmes was clearly provided with exotic gear and bomb making skills. Let's go to the highlights. FBI has a track record of staging similar assaults, then stopping them at the last minute. So when I think of the KJ case, I think so many people that follow it aren't the hardcore liberty-minded individuals like myself. And when I see FBI, you know what immediately comes to my mind? Unscathed. That word always comes to my mind because of loose change and the 9/11 disclosure about what really happened and how the FBI claimed they found a passport that was unscathed, that fell from the explosion and the Twin Towers and all the rubble and everything. And it fell perfectly to where they could pick it up and say, hey, oh, that was one of the terrorists. Look, guys, look what I found. I'm the FBI. I can't, we're getting off into stuff that's not, it doesn't really specifically tie it into Lowndes County, and I understand it does, but the case at hand is obviously the disposition. That is no disposition. Once again, it's Sunday. Of course, we know that there's not one, but we are just going to constantly hammer the fact that it's taking this long to do nothing other than admit to the faults that have occurred, and you've been caught red-handed. It's done. Just hand yourselves over. It's done. You guys have been caught red-handed. You guys need to stop. What do you even do? You've got criminals in your midst openly working with badges on right now, riding around in your county, waiting to pull over and do something to somebody else one more time. They might die. Whoever these people, look at this. whoever these people mess with, they might end up getting hurt. You know, Mulvaney broke somebody's shoulders. He's still out there. You know, Busby's gotten sued. He's the one that pulled me over. Immediately said, you know, when I didn't consent to the stupid search. It was obviously harassment and profiling and all this other crap we already know. I know these people. I mean, you should see this. I mean, the way these people act. He totally came at me like there's nothing you can do about this right now. And you imagine, what if I would have tried to run from those people, or if I didn't want to stop or whatever, you know, because they're pulling me over in these trucks they just put lights in the grill. What's the law about that? Pulling people over with that? We know that you have policy that you don't pull people over without having the lights and the sirens on the top of your car as enforcing traffic. We understand that, but these people try to enforce traffic, or try to claim they're enforcing traffic with vehicles that have lights in the grill. They're not on top. This is not a police officer following me in a police car. This is an undercover punk piece of trash using your tax dollars who has a $70,000 a year pension because he told me. Straight up told me, because he said he's God. He is God. I am was written on the wall. And I know you're watching this, you sorry piece of trash. Get ready, buddy. Get the F ready. You might not be watching this because you're so involved with this crap. I mean, you guys arrest so many people. There were 660 people. I mean, I don't even want to keep going back there, because it's like we're exposing everybody, but it's almost like we should. And show people how many blank counties have holds or something. Like, what is this blank county hold stuff? Or there's always going to be something to find with these people until you stop them, until you got to completely turn these bastards upside down. You need to have a new sheriff in there immediately. This guy needs to be ousted. They both do. Prine needs to be held accountable, and so does Ashley Polk. How in the heck does people like that keep getting elected over and over and over in this county, especially whenever the majority of Valdosta is minority, and they are Democrat, so that's why the sheriffs always run Democrat. It's just crazy. It's all stupid. I know right now, I don't even care who gets in trouble. You guys are all jokes. The Lowndes County Republican Party invited Chris Prine to speak, and then got in trouble for inviting Chris Prine because Chris Prine is a Democrat. He was running as a Democrat. Let's get that straight. Was Chris Prine running as a Democrat? Let's see if he... No, not Chris Pine. Petition. Resign the position. In wake of the... See, look how old this is. Announces his re-election. What are you, Colonel Sanders? Over the past 8 years, it has been an honor and privilege to serve the people of Lowndes County. I'm sure you served your damn self, you fat, ugly bastard. Because I believe there is still much work to be done to keep our law enforcement office efficient and effective, I have made the decision to run for re-election. Oh, we are so thankful. Thank God you tried to run again. And then we got Polk. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, actually, I probably really am so happy. I'm just because you're back in the seat again, buddy. You're back in the hot seat, because that's what it is. You have the same program, the same garbage officers doing the same garbage stuff, demons running around doing what they do in the jail, getting off on torturing people all day. You guys are sick. You think this is all about race? This is not all a bunch of white people locking up a bunch of black people either now. You got black officers in there making racial remarks to white individuals. Got that witness too. So I mean, you guys are just all just disgusting. I'm sick of it, and I want so badly to put an end to you punks. And I don't know what I'm going to do extra to try to make sure, but it's about to get serious. I'm going to put on more pressure. I'm not going to I'm calling it I'm going to call the FBI again. I'm going to call the I might as well. First, I'll call the Department of Justice. We'll just go ahead and do that. See, oh yeah, let me address these comments since there's a lot of people out there that are thinking like, okay, why? How does an anarchist or how does somebody who believes in liberty really, and also know about sovereignty and maritime law, how does that person advocate going along with the law? Because you beat their system with their own system. Um, so we're just going to check out these comments and I'll make a response so you guys can know. And you're totally welcome to respond. And I will maybe provoke a response, but we'll just go to see this is, and these are comments from the original post. Let me just go here. So right here. So this right here, if you haven't seen it, this is where I basically went ham, quote unquote, or pastrami, or USDA, organic. All right. So this right here is the first broadcast, and I just said freestyling felonies from the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office, and that's exactly what it is. It's me freestyling off the top of my head. I thought that might be a victim over there somewhere. Is there a victim down there? Sometimes there's victims running around, but they they're not here right now. Sorry. But let's address this. I just wanted you guys to see this. It's getting more views. But I originally posted this to Facebook Live. I started there, and I was like, well, you know what? I like this YouTube being able to show you guys so much more and be able to reference things a lot quicker. And I'm still freestyling. You know that because you see me Google stuff, and this is all just off the top, organic stuff. If you guys want to chat, I'll be right here. And you see, we're going right there. But let's go to our well, I don't know if it'll. Will it not let us see the comments right now? I don't think it will. Wow. Unless I open it up bigger. Let's see. Oh, I'll just also, I can do this. I say I can do stuff. And I may or may not can do them with this little tiny window. But let's just keep going on. I just wanted to respond to some of these comments that I just had, but the only way for me to be able to do that is going to be for me to, there we go. I got to at least have it this big. All right, let's do that. That's fine. You guys can see that. All right. So there is, in fact, let's just read the first one. Now, this is 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago. I responded back with a little something. 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago. So I guess we can read them all in order. Okay. Just heard you mention Victims Alliance and call to come together as a group and challenge their authority to rule. We have this, brother, and are currently around 8,000 members. The government is illegitimate. They use a 200-year-old document that they claim says applies to everyone on the dirt called America, KKK. This is a logical fallacy and is no PC. I'm glad you brought this up because if you look at my previous episode, we all went over the 1983 and where it derived from. It derived from this. So if I'm combating these guys, I'm going to combat them with their own systems, with the systems that were used to prevent this. But it is racial profiling what happened. I've got to an expert opinion. That is what is claimed, and that, I mean, obviously, if I come from a predominantly black bar to where I'm one of the only white people in the entire establishment, and I get followed at the end of the day or at the very beginning of the day. Both of them, one was heat at night and one was undercover, um, Lowndes County Sheriff's Office during the day. So, I mean, it just, yeah, from the same location. So, and no, and then the other time was Lane and Tinsley getting arrested for absolutely nothing. I'm not done with you guys with that one. You guys didn't even, I didn't even plead guilty, but then I had to pay $500. I had to pay over $1,000 total, I believe it was, just to get through the whole ordeal. So I'm going to come back after you guys too. Ultimately, I guess it's just going to have to happen. I mean, we got to call you guys out, and something has to be done. But so many people don't have the financial means to do anything, and I don't. I mean, I'm not. I have not made the settlement yet. I'm just getting help from those who care about me and who are family. I'm not. I help myself, and my family can help out when they can. But this is not something that everybody is able to do. You can't fight this stuff, so I have to do this. I want to call out Remerton as well. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read. I'm not gonna read every single comment. I was going to, but I just think that we're gonna get to the core. This is listed twice here. Um, Absolutely not a lawyer. So she's talking about conflict of interest. Let's just keep going. But I just wanted to read at least one of the. And please don't think that I'm disregarding. I have read, and I'll keep responding. But I just want to kind of at least point out like my stance on this and what I'm going to do. Like I said in the other broadcast, we're going to go the 1983 way. That's the way you go. That's the law. That's how you handle things. That is in place for a reason. The reason why you go back 200 years is because it works and because its predecessor is 5 documents preceding that, right? How many documents preceded the Constitution to where it was all built and established? And I'll show you who would be a great person to watch to learn about that. Where did this constitute this 200-year-old document? It's older than that. It's older than that. Much older than that. And that's why we need to preserve it. And that's why we need to respect it. Open source code. I just saw a great post today on Facebook where nuclear fusion is taking place because scientists are going against mainstream scientists and are breaking outside the box, so to speak, and are doing what needs to be done, open source code to the public to show people um, what knowledge is in existence so that it does not get brushed under the rug or trapped in a Vatican. What in the hell gives somebody the right to trap documents in a vault against away from every human being on the face of the earth except for these punks? What gives anybody that right to do that? Ask yourself that. Then you're Christians. I can't stand the Catholics. Really drive me nuts. I mean, I just because that is just all right. I'm trying to show you right here. If you want to learn, this is a beautiful lecture. I know that I'm sure that my filming and my camera action is probably not that great in this. I try my best, I'm sure, but Jane Robbins, and she's speaking on Common Core, but I wanted to say that we talked about the who is it that talks about the that's Nolan Cox there. It talks about the wow, the Magna Carta. And this is all about. So this is I might have you on the wrong one. She's speaking on Common Core. But I apologize. Let's see. Constitution. Let's see. Constitution, Magna Carta, predecessors. I'm not. Predictions. All right. There. Let's see. I was trying to click that in the first place. All right. Let's see. Constitution. I'm just trying to see if there's just any things that can help people understand. I mean, we can obviously just do Constitution and understand for the United States, and that's Constitution. Here, let's hold on. The um, dated documents before this. See, that's what I'm trying to get at. But I mean, I don't even know if that. Let's see, historical context here. The first government, the drafting, ratification, original frame. I mean, we've just got so much that we've gone through. And yes, I mean, do you think that's why they had an argument about slavery? Is because some people wanted to have slavery. But it was a very, very small percentage of people, but they had a large amount of influence. So you're talking of like maybe 1% of white people or anybody that had slaves. So all that, I mean, just you got all these people that just want to talk about that all day. The Constitution was not written with slavery inside of it, saying that slaves didn't have, you know, the rights and everything. It just got argued and argued. Its perspective, like I said, that's the gray areas. The perspective garbage. It's just it needs to be contextual and natural law. If you want to learn about anything and what the sovereign citizen is and what everybody is and what these all every person falls under besides the Constitution, look up Mark Passio. What on earth? And I can't wait till his new presentation comes out. I am not putting this back where it needs to be. About fake ass Christians, right here. Mark will present fake ass Christians presentation in Philadelphia on June the 24th of 2017. Look at that, isn't that pretty cool? Pretty wicked picture there. So you can come here and learn about natural law. And I would recommend that you actually look at the series. Let's look at videos and natural law right there. See, he wants you to understand that principle of reality, of our existence. That's what these people fall under before this. This comes second right now because this is what we're dealing with. But this is, if you just want to look at this and try to say that this is just some tainted thing, I beg to differ. There are many pieces of the Constitution that come from prior documents. And like I said, let's look up Magna Carta. What is this? Not logged in. I don't know what this is. Discussion. So, anyways, there. Cotton MS Augustus. See, we get into first drafted by Archbishop of Canterbury to make peace between the unpopular king and a group of rebel barons. It promised the protection of church rights, protection for the barons from illegal imprisonment, access to swift justice, and limitations on feudal payments to the crown. To be implemented through a council of 25 barons instead of just one guy making rules for everything. Do you see where we're going with this? To where we, the people, finally exist? To where you can give me a comment on my chat? I just, and if to Lauren, who responded to me, and you're, I think, studying accounting is going to boil down to, if you're going all the way to sovereign citizen, I'm pretty sure that accounting boils down to the Federal Reserve and the Rothschilds. Just want to throw that in there real quick. The big banks. But libertatum, medieval Latin for the Great Charter of the Liberties. After John's death, the Regency government of his young son Henry III reissued the document in 1216, stripped of some of its more radical content, in an unsuccessful bid to build political support for their cause. At the end of the war in 1217, it formed part of the peace treaty agreed at Lambeth, where the document acquired the name Magna Carta to distinguish it from the smaller Charter of the Forest, which was issued at the same time. Short of funds, Henry reissued the charter again in 1225 in exchange for a grant of new taxes. His son Edward I repeated the exercise in 1297, this time confirming it was part of English statute law. Okay, I know that there's esoteric stuff in every bit of this. Trust me, I understand that. But what is at hand is dealing with these people with these lawsuits. So what punitive damages? There, see, this is how it comes up. $1982. And see what's cool about this, you can do any time, just to select, let's say since 2013. So, why a punitive damage should not be imposed against a deceased estate in Ohio. False imprisonment and false arrest. Florida torts. And really, see, if you find cases that, this is just about universal. When you're talking about state agencies acting under color of law, and they get caught, and they do it completely, they get caught red-handed, and they don't have probable cause, and it's found out that they tried to harm that person, they tried to basically hurt that person, and that's what they did with me. Only the FBI knows the backstory to another part of this case of why I felt like that they were coming after me. So, vindictively, it seemed like. It was spawning from a lawsuit that I basically was, that was going to be pending, and was told to an individual. I'm really thinking about calling you out, buddy. I bet you're watching me right now. You just keep watching me. But anyways, we will get into as much as we can about, and when I say vindictive, I'm saying this guy, he did a number. He did a big number. So, but it doesn't matter. You idiots went, I can't believe, this is what really happened, guys. Cops are, they're low IQ. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. I mean, yeah, some of them might have degrees and stuff, but I don't understand where they're getting their degrees from and what kind of degree they have. Because it's not like in the sciences and all that. It's not doing something spectacular, creating anything. It's about a degree on how to screw people over, on how to, be a complete scumbag. But what they've done, and I'm going to pull this up. I know I was just trying to see, this is LexisNexis. Yeah, see, you can't, let's see what it says. See, you got to sign in, it's locked. Like I said, you can't get this. You cannot get the law without being a lawyer. And now, the only thing you can do is look up some of these things. You can download these. Some of these you have to pay for. But, see, Florida torts. Okay. So, all of that you have to pay for. But, let's see. Perfect civil enforcement. I was going to show you guys what sorry, I got off track. But what these cops do with individuals and how they're low IQ and everything. See, girl. I know it was I want to say it was a free thought project again, but it was like basically. Um, Acting as an informant. Rachel Hoffman. See, I got to get these names. Morningstar Hoffman. Rachel Morningstar Hoffman. Sting operation and death. Hoffman was under drug court supervision for possession of 25 grams of marijuana discovered during a traffic stop. This is a horrible case, and this is what kind of stuff that these people can do to you and your children. They will kill you, and they will kill your children, and they do not care about you. And if you don't know the law, they will completely take advantage of you, and they'll own you, and they'll own your kid, and they'll destroy your child's life. So I suggest that you pay attention to this. Don't look at me. I know that I've got flaws. I've got flaws. I can't, come up with things off the top of my head like I would love to. I know it's later in the evening. It's now 12 a.m. But I'm doing my best here, and this makes me upset to see crap like this. Tallahassee, Florida. I mean, we're just talking right around the corner. That went an hour away from these people. Just think that they can do whatever the hell they want to do. Police searched her apartment and uncovered 151 grams of cannabis and 4 ecstasy pills. She faced possible prison sentence. No, she didn't. For one thing, how in the hell were you over there? She's under drug court supervision for what? During a freaking traffic stop. See, that's how this crap starts. And I would bet that it was somebody like Pachote who did this to her. Because somebody probably didn't like her or whatever and gave information about her or whatever. Who knows? I mean, maybe she wouldn't have sex with one of these cops. You just never know. With this kind of authority, if you allow them to have that kind of authority and that kind of discretion to just be judge, jury, executioner in every situation, to where you think it's cool to have Georgia State Patrol having no accountability for speeding tickets. But they can write you a ticket for going 1 mile per hour over the speed limit when these other officers can't do that. I'm tired of these people in every way, shape, and form. I'm sick of this stupid. You're not badasses. You're not cool. You guys are scum. You don't rule anybody. These people hide all freaking day. It's what they do. And set up crap and scheme and plot. And that's what they do. They're covered in demon tattoos. I'm not against tattoos altogether, but my God, you got somebody dressed up like they're your pastor at church in the courtroom, and they take off their clothes. They look like they're going to a freaking satanic mass. I'm just trying to get my bearings, and I know we're actually, I mean, I have my bearings. I'm just trying to give y'all my bearings. I'm just trying to basically let you understand the angle, and you're just going to know every step of the way. I'm just going to call, and one day I'm going to receive a call. Either I'm going to call or I'm going to receive a call. Either way, shape, or form, you're going to know about it immediately. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Lawsuit, definitely. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I'll just keep it at that. We're going to go ahead and update. If there's anything that you guys would like me to discuss, please let me know. It does get kind of late in the evening, and I apologize that I get tired. I have to push myself to make things happen. That's the only way things are going to happen. So, same thing with you guys. You guys have to push and push and push. Check out Dabu 7. He covers a lot of things that mainstream media does not cover. If you want to have a way to find out, a few things, he will cover. I'll show you what he does. When you click on, he says massive blackout occurs in Seoul's southwestern satellite cities. And we were just talking about an imp bomb. Super imp, the most likely targets. And then you see massive blackout occurs. So what's going on?
This is Dabu 7, and this is an interesting story here coming on the heels of one I just put out in terms of North Korea.
One he just put out, on the heels of one he just put out. See, look what he does, though. What Dabu will do is he will give you a link. And you'll learn where the news came from, and he references it all, and he just stays on top. He works hard. That's what I'm saying. He's like, we have to work together and support individuals like this, and myself, and other individuals like yourselves out there who have suffered crimes from police, and it always comes from them. Your whole life will be ruined. You can get one speeding ticket and you can have someone's life ruined. You get one of these DUIs, your whole life can be ruined. You imagine some sweet, innocent person out there who doesn't have an edge or the wit that maybe you or I maybe have, that, that are struggling. They're struggling financially. They're struggling in many different ways. And these people come along like ravenous wolves, seeking whom they may devour. And that's how they move. And you got the right one here. I'm done. We're all done. We know. We're following what's going on with this and everybody else. We know about the death. I want to find out about what happened in that death. In the jail. The death in the jail from a military guy. See, thanks for reading. You must subscribe. We can still read. Screw you. I don't like you guys anyways. You guys are covering up the Kendrick Johnson stuff. Go to hell. An inmate, Major Russell PV51, died Thursday morning in the Lowndes County Jail, said the Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk. The inmate is a white male, said the sheriff said. The inmate suffered alcohol. Why do you care that the inmate is a white male? I wish you would have said he was a black male. Then what? Then what? We're gonna rush your ass, and then we're just gonna basically try to shut your ass down. Is that what it's gonna take? See, we gotta just kill as many black people as we possibly can to finally get them fired up, and everybody fired up to shut these people down. I'm sorry I have to say it like that, but I swear that's what it takes. It takes the death of Kendrick Johnson. It takes, what else is it going to take? We got to go younger than that now? Since we don't get justice for that, let's go younger until we just finally take to the streets with teeth instead of just little signs and lawn chairs. Teeth. But they take in your teeth, a lot of you, and you're in fear and you're scared. You don't even know how to handle them. You don't even know how to defend yourself. And the ones that do, the ones that are ruthless, you guys are turning against yourselves. It's not cool. It's not cool to go shoot up your fellow, friend or whatever, or former friend, and in gang wars about drugs. Whenever the drugs that you bought in the first place came from white people, most likely, or just really a conglomerate of just scum. They're not white people. Crackers. You want to call them crackers? I mean, if you want to call them that, then why are you going along with the system? If they're bringing you the substance that's going to destroy your entire community and yourself when you use it, then why are you? I mean, obviously, I agree with wholeheartedly with the right for an individual to use whatever they would like to use whenever they want to use it, however they see fit. So long as they don't impede on the rights of another individual, that's fine with me. And you can try to sit there and try to argue and make perspective the how somebody's violating your rights by using cannabis or using cocaine, for instance. And that's what I'm talking about. These guys, they'll get this stuff. Not only that, they're getting this new stuff now too. It's not just that, they're getting the flocka. So they get the flocka, they get the cocaine. I hear about all this stuff. I was in jail. You don't think I heard every single story? I know all about this. You get this, you get the imitation stuff. You start pushing that around. You got zombies in Valdosta. They're all getting arrested for this stuff now. It's they're calling it flocka, but it's actually there's a molecule name. I'm sorry that I don't know off the top of my head. We can look that up. I just wanted to. He's saying the inmate suffered alcohol-related problems. If he did suffer alcohol-related problems, then it was from you. Because if he did withdrawals, then it's from you because he was there for 3 freaking days. You sons of bitches have no business in healthcare of anybody. I can't stand. I'm so sick of these people. I can't take anymore. I can't take it. I guess it's gonna take just if with my lawsuit and if I don't see some resignations and I don't see people fired, you're gonna be fired. I'm going after you the full extent of the law. Do you understand that? I'm basically telling you to pack your dang bags. And get out of my way. I'm going to put a restraining order on every individual that I win the lawsuit against. It's going to be in the lawsuit. Because you guys have done this multiple times to me. Restraining order. Bye-bye. Go enjoy your pension because you'll probably get that, right? You'll probably still get that. I hope somebody, karma's not, you're not getting away from natural law. You're not doing it. You can't. And I mean, I get off track with this stuff. Yeah, you just don't even know where to go. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You look, it's in every corner. Like I said, the health department knew about the mold on the trays when I called them. What did they do? Nothing. They think they're all cool. They think they're all in this clique together, and they think that nobody can stop them. And guess who's in the seat of the president right now? Somebody who likes lawsuits. Somebody who understands the power of lawsuits and putting people in their places where they need to be. So let's just leave it at that. I'm sorry, I just can't keep going, y'all. I was trying to show you something else. And it's just, I get frustrated. It's getting late, and I'm drawing on way too long. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to drag it on like this to just torture you guys. I feel like I'm torturing you, and I'm sorry about that. But I feel like I've just got to let you guys know. I've got to freestyle. I got to go with what's in my gut. I got to tell you the different instances that have occurred and continue to occur. So thank you guys for following me and paying attention and watching and sharing and liking and supporting me and trying to help me get into whatever you're trying to help me get into. I mean, it's just you might have to explain yourself a little bit more with that. but I'll keep looking. I can't look anymore. It's too late. I'm too tired. So I apologize to those who are just wide awake right now listening to me. Maybe I apologize for that. But I tried to make this as interesting and as you know power packed as possible. So if you get anything out of anything, look at this poor woman here. Just look at her. At the age of 23, does she deserve to be set up by a piece of trash? How many people have they set people? I know for a fact there's another instance of brown sugar. Brown sugar. These people tried to. This is what these guys did. They actually had brown sugar and tried to set a guy up. A guy that was addicted to heroin, who that opiate addictions are serious. And it's not addicted to heroin. It's addicted to opiates. So someone who's addicted to opiates can go through extreme withdrawals. And just like that guy that died in the jail, they can also die too if they don't get what they need. And how many people die like that, I wonder? But opiates are extremely addictive. So this guy is set up and told by some friend, a guy who was facing charges, just as Rachel Morningstar Hoffman, okay? She died of 2008. So just as she died of 2008, the same kind of way, Pachodi and his group get together and set up an individual to buy a certain individual who's addicted to opiates to purchase from them to purchase from them brown sugar, actual brown sugar, and the guy gets charged with heroin. They don't have heroin. So what do? He contests it, and they're like, oh, shoot, we can't do that. This guy sits in there for 13 months. More than 13 months. It was sitting there. It was like he was going on. I'm sure he finally got out. I want to say it was like a year and a half total or something like that. 13, 15, 16 months, something like that. Dragging and dragging and dragging. Dragging his case because he did not want to plead guilty to something he didn't do. He wasn't in possession of opiates. I mean, I can't take this from you guys anymore. So I'm just going to push as hard as I can. Forced injunctions, I want to do something like that. If you guys know of anything I can do to let my attorney know or whatever, do I need to do something to an alternate route, but forcing the judge to see what's going on, because my case is just, they're never going to, it's fallen. So what does that mean? It fell off into the trash can and you guys just forgot about it, and you're just, oh yeah, you're going to conveniently forget about it. Maybe I'll forget about it. Maybe all the witnesses will disappear. Maybe we'll all forget what happened. I tell you guys, the FBI came after the witnesses, right? They tried it. They didn't actually contact me because they knew that would be badgering. I mean, that would be, I guess, too much of a conflict of interest, or too much like harassment, I guess, because I don't know. Because, I mean, they're trying to relay information from me directly to the agency that arrested me illegally. Trying to use illegal information, you're going to gather even more illegal information and try to just use that against me in some way. Oh my God, guys. Maybe I'll just sue the entire state of freaking Georgia. Maybe I'll own the state of Georgia after this. How many blank checks can I possibly get from one incident? I know the Kendrick Johnson incident was $100 million, and we didn't see anything out of that, but I'm not suing for stuff like that. I'm not suing for that big of an amount. I am so glad that, that a lot of information came out through the lawsuit, and I hope more comes out, but I don't like seeing the victims get punished even more. We're not playing this anymore. We're going to keep going. Look at these people. Who are these people? Pachodi. I wonder how many Pachodis out there. Well, if you're watching this and you're related to Pachodi, I feel sorry for you. Boom, boom. Now, it's funny when you type up peyote and you see that picture. And you see that picture. And you see that picture. And you see this picture. And you see this, of course, with his hands all in some cocaine right here. See, you're the one with the cocaine. Look at this. You see that? And you know, basically, you guys think you're so cool because you take someone's firearm for defending themselves, but then somebody has this because they're trying to basically support themselves and their family and everything because times are so freaking hard they have no clue what else to do. There's nothing else to do for these people. You turn them into felons. What are they going to do? They're going to end up in the prison system, and they're going to end up doing this right here and end up in the hands of this bastard right here and this punk pot-bellied prick right here. The hell away from me. I'm getting a restraining order on both of you scumbags. You stay the hell away from me. If I come back in a lounge, do not come up to me at all. You're warned right now. Do not approach me. I'm sick of you. I don't even want to go to court. I don't even want to see you. I feel threatened. I feel threatened by you. I feel threatened by Busby. I don't even want to go to court with you. I want it. I'm only going to go whenever it's time to show up for the litigation. But whenever you're talking about this pretrial and all this other crap, you guys just drop that. Drop it and let's go. Get on, buddy. Face up to what you did. Aren't you a big bad bastard right here? You're a big tough guy, aren't you? Look at you. Moody Air Force Base. In tandem. You know, this guy on your tax dollars. Oh, we got a lot of firearms here. See, I'm not clicking on you anymore. Look at what all we got. We got somebody. Look at these rifles. These are hunting rifles. And you want to call this like an assault rifle or something that has anything to do with your drug operations? They confiscated somebody's freaking mask or something. I mean, what in the world is going? I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. They probably confiscated so much stuff over the period of time. Oh yeah, I meant to bring this up earlier. I'm just gonna keep going because I'm freestyling, y'all. Earlier today. Oh, I don't even know if I could do this. I'm trying to think. Hold on 1 second. Yes, I've still got my jug there. I'm trying to think. Make sure I get this right, or try to see if I can even recall. It's just so freaking frustrating. Sorry, I just needed to take a break for a second. But I feel like I want to keep going. I keep telling you I'm going to shut off. I was trying to get into something about these firearms here. No. I know what it was. I'm sorry. Okay, so this reminded me, this background here. When I was in high school, I took a business law class with Miss Logan at Lowndes County High School. I know some of you guys that were in my class, you guys remember this. We walked through the Lowndes County Jail, the Sheriff's Department, and we walked through some of this kind of crap right here. And somebody had a hemp plant. It was like it was just straight up marijuana plant. They were saying, oh, that's just a hemp plant because it doesn't have flowers, so it's legal. So they had that in the office growing. And then I remember distinctly we went to a case where you don't have the right to defend yourself. And it was an article. It was on Facebook. Like it was UK, I believe it was. But it was basically like you don't have the right to defend yourself. We went to a case. We sitting there in the courtroom. There was a guy in there who got into some kind of altercation where a group of individuals are trying to fight him or attack him or whatever. So supposedly he fought back in some way, shape, or form. And I guess I don't know what happened, but he's trying to fight back. So what did the judge Altman tell him? Judge tells him he should have ran. He should have ran. So what do you think his ideas are about firearms? What do you think his ideas are about the Second Amendment? Do you think his ideas are in correlation with the Second Amendment? Then how the hell are you a freaking justice in the first place? You sorry sacks of trash. And I can't. And this one blonde haired lady, what the hell is your freaking name? I'm gonna pimp. I'm not even gonna say. I gotta stop. I gotta stop right now. It's too late. I just have to make it a new. I'm gonna have to make it a new broadcast. Please bear with me, y'all. I'm so sorry. Blonde haired lady. We're gonna leave it with that. Blonde haired lady judge, who's involved with determining whether or not a case goes forward or not, when no probable cause exists. Did not analyze evidence at the table, but you know why? It's because the ridiculous public pretender that represents me, or represented me, represents you in this situation. One of them was not there, so one of them shows up. Mary Lynn Paulson shows up to talk to me while I'm incarcerated, to talk to me about everything. Then when I go to the hearing to find out the preliminary hearing to find out whether or not I'm going to be indictment. I mean, the pre-indictment hearing, I'm sorry. But basically, to find out whether or not the case is going to go forward, I get Brittany Coons Long at that point. So she's got information that I have given to Marilyn Paulson. I never even talked to this idiot. Sorry sack of trash. Before we even go in the courtroom at all. Never even talked to the sorry piece of trash. Before we even talked to the judge or talked to the officer pleading his case and doing everything he's doing, trying to lie through his freaking teeth, trying to make something happen. Whenever there's evidence to the contrary in your hands and you're completely disregarding it. And it's a fact that it was given to you because it's notarized. Crazy freaking witch. I'm going to blast your stupid... I'm going to make a video about you, make you look so stupid. I recorded every freaking thing you said, you sorry witch. I'm just stopping. I can't... We got to just keep trucking along, guys. But the only thing to make me sane is just basically, something funny. I mean, I can't dwell on these things for too long because it just goes crazy. I mean, I can't. It doesn't end. It keeps going on and on and on. This is the one I think I clicked on earlier. But this, I mean, I just have to watch something to make me laugh, or I have to do something to get my mind off the stuff. But at the same time, I have to balance all of that with defeating them. Don't get it twisted now. I'm not weak. I'm ready to fight you. I'm not going anywhere. This guy gets hung. He gets in so many situations that are just crazy. I mean, this is like the sheriff's office. I mean, this is what it is right here. They're out fishing, and look what they're going to end up getting. This is what they're going to end up getting. Natural law is going to come at them. That's exactly what's about to happen. Oh, man. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get that in the way. See? There's natural law right there, see? That's what's going to happen. See, it's alive now. It's not fake. I was thinking it might have been fake at first. And you know what else you can do on YouTube? Watch this. This is funny too. Let's do this. Oh man, poor snake, What in the world?
There you go.
Oh my god. Oh my god, man. This is just too much. This is what people in Georgia do. It's not. This is what we're up against, y'all. This is the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office. Clouds County. Oh my god. This is Clouds County, man. All day.
Oh man, oh no. Hey,
My.
came off your monitor. Hey, I don't know what y'all gonna do with that. We got it. Okay, we can handle that. It's right enough. I see y'all are gonna break this up.
I wish y'all could do with that. Well, one camera's still rolling. Yeah. Wow. How many bloopers can you possibly have? Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I've got to cut it short. Cut it long. I always say cut it short. I'm cutting it short because it's always short because this crap is 20 plus, it's 20 years long. So I'll let you guys know everything up to date, full speed. Thank you so much for following me. I love you guys. I'm out.